Hey everyone, welcome back. Tonight we're just going to do another quick neck trim. I know I said I'd probably do a head shave, but I got something new in the mail. And that was a top cap to some base plates that I had. Oh, this soap is lovely. The top cap is for the Christopher Bradley Karve, or Karve. So I probably butchered that pronunciation. Sorry, Justin. Karve. So I have the base plates that I got from Charles over at Karve Shaving. I've had the base plates for a little bit, and I was just not hesitant, well, hesitant to order the top cap because I thought, hey, you know, it's Karve. They're going to take a while to get to me, and I'm just not in a huge hurry, you know. It's something I want to do, just not high priority list. And then ended up talking to Brian over at the Wetshaving Experience, links to both channels below, and he happened to have a spare top cap. So he and I worked out a deal. I have the top cap, the base plate, and I'm putting this on a Rod George catacomb. I do not have a Karve branded handle, but I have my Rod George. So we're using that. The brush that I'm sure you've already seen is the Matti Lindhold Shaving Supplies Maggard Synthetic. For no other reason than it is Mandy Monday when I'm recording this, but I thought it would look cool with the Karve. Also using a bowl I've been using a lot lately, copper Captain's Choice bowl. The soap that I'm using is the Katie's Bubbles waterlyptus. This is, oh man, it's a great scent. This is the first use of the Karve, by the way. Top cap just came in today, just cleaned it. This is a second use Persona Israeli? I don't know. Israeli red, blue, something comes in this type of tuck, if I can find it. One of these. Great blade. Get a few decent uses out of them. I'm digging the feedback. This is the D plate. I also have the B and C. Now I used the Future last night. Because I hadn't used the Future for a while, so I wanted to use that. And then when this came in today, I knew I had to use the Karve. Okay, this is really smooth. Against the grain. First pass, no bueno. Here in my neckline, it meets right about here, middle of my abs upwards. It kind of grows together to a nice little point. But anyway, getting back to the soap. The soap, Katie's Bubbles waterlyptus. Now, why did I choose waterlyptus? And why do I use Katie's Bubbles when I'm testing out a brand new razor? Simple. Today is Chris Cullen's and Katie's Bubbles 8-year anniversary. So Chris, happy anniversary. I know you don't watch my channel, but that's okay. I was going to use my go-to artisan for testing new razors, WSP, but I just got this in the mail not too long ago. I love this scent, and really I'm looking for an excuse to use it more. The scent notes are watermelon, peppermint, and eucalyptus. Well, watermelon, eucalyptus, and peppermint. I got that order slightly wrong. But it is beautifully blended. I definitely get the sweetness from the watermelon and the nice refreshment from the eucalyptus and the peppermint. And in case you're wondering, yes, this does have a slight cooling effect. I'm sure if I were to put it around my lips, on my cheeks and everything, I'd feel a little bit more of that cooling effect. And put water on in between, or a little bit more water. Oh man, this smells so dang good. But it is a phenomenal scent, very well blended. If you have not tried Katie's Bubbles soaps, what are you waiting for? Seriously, Katie's Bubbles is fantastic. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, if you go back and watch one of my first videos when I was traveling, I used Katie's Bubbles Purple Grapefruit quite a bit because that was one of my first artisan soaps, and I received it in a 2-ounce container. Well, 2-ounce pour in a 4-ounce container. So this is the first container of Katie's Bubbles I ever got. It's gone. I have now put in my Colonel Conk. So this is the 2-ounce compared to the 4. I liked Purple Grapefruit so much that I got more. When that too was getting close to being empty, I ordered more of the Purple Grapefruit and scooped out what little I had left in the 2-ounce container and put it in the big one. Because it is that good. With that being said, waterlyptus is in very, very close contention to be replacing wonderful Purple Grapefruit as the top Katie's Bubbles scent that I've smelled. I only have the 2 scents, but I have smelled many from Katie's Bubbles. When I went to Maggard's last year, I smelled a bunch of them, and they all smell really good. One that I do want to get is Midnight Dreary, especially if that smells anything like Tom Ford's Black Orchid. By the scent notes, it looks like it's going to be relatively similar. My one downside, not really criticism, but one thing that I can say with Katie's Bubbles is sometimes their names of their soaps are a little hard to pronounce. I don't speak French. I don't know if Chris Cohen does. But that's the only thing that I can be like, well, yeah, their scents, their soaps are sometimes in French and can be a little bit of a bugger to pronounce if you don't speak the language. I have to say that I am pretty impressed with this D plate. I was talking to Marion earlier when I mentioned that I finally got a top cap, and he's like, yeah, you probably need like a G or an E with your growth. This D, and it could be because of, like I said, following up with the future, is doing pretty dang well handling this. And the soap, whew, there's some blade fill on this. I know this does have a positive blade exposure. I only know that because I looked at Karve's charts. I don't have it in front of me, or I can't tell you what it is. I can't tell the blade gap or the positive exposure and all that, but I know that this has a positive exposure. I also have the B plate, which is a neutral blade exposure. And then, what do I also have? I also have the C, and that has a positive. This is the most aggressive of the plates that I own. And that did really well, actually. I am rather impressed. The angle wasn't super hard to find. I think because I've been watching a lot of people use this razor over the last little bit, trying to figure out what the angle is. I have heard it is different. You can see kind of the head geometry is different on this versus, shall we say, another Canadian favorite, the Game Changer. So a little bit different geometry. I love this. Y'all know I'm not much on DEs. If I had to say my favorite DE is this above the tie, Calypso. I love this thing that says the H plate, or the heavy or aggressive. This is my favorite DE. And I know it's too soon to say, but after one use, the Karve is probably right up there with it. So anyway, I'm gonna see how this does on a head shave, but I'm gonna do that off camera. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna do my usual cleanup. I'll do that off camera, but I'm gonna use my witch hazel. And to kind of go with the cooling sensation that I got from the peppermint and eucalyptus, gonna go with the mentholated scentless star jelly from PAA. And I don't have the splash, which I need to get the splash because the scent is fantastic. So anyway guys, thank you for tuning in. Next time I should probably do a head shave. It's been a little bit. Have to see which razor I use on that one. Maybe a Chevette, maybe a DE, maybe an SE. Who knows? Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, double check out my good friend Charles, Craving Shaving. His channel will be linked below, as well as Brian from Wetshaving Experience. He is relatively new to the hobby and to YouTube. So go give him a look. Really, really great guy. Talk to him quite frequently. Just a really nice, genuine guy. And I hope to see him putting out more content. He usually does videos during the week, but his content's really good, especially considering he's really new into the whole wet YouTube space. So anyway, I've rambled on long enough. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll catch y'all next time.